What up, what up? I'm MadwackJackson, and this is Chill Chats and Facts. We're going to mix it up a little bit today, and this is a pre-recorded episode, but that's because, like I said, we're mixing it up, and we're going to just talk about some random facts. Today, I have 10 random animal facts for you that we're going to talk about, and hopefully you are kind of just as surprised at some of the stuff I found out as I am. Some you know, some you might not know. So if you're into this kind of content and want to see more of it, do me a favor, stop what you're doing, like, subscribe, and as always, if you would be so awesome to drop a comment. It helps boost this video in the algorithm so much. I know you're tired of everybody saying that, but that's because it's facts. So, drop a like, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Also, if you like this content and want more stuff kind of related to this, jump on over to my wife's channel. Let's Talk Ghosts with SunRaye at SunRaye89. We have more content, like I said, along these lines. We also have some videos coming up with Am I the A-Hole? She has Let's Talk Ghosts. As always, there is Hype AF Promotions podcast where we do interviews with artists. So a ton of content coming at you. We also have episodes of His and Shiz for those of you who are interested in learning about some of our history. Not always the bright and shiny parts of our history either. But if any of that sparks your interest, please make sure to sub this channel and my wife's at SunRaye89 like I just said. So, let's get into these random animal facts, shall we? First up on our list of random animal facts, we have a critter I'm sure you guys have all come in contact or at least familiar with, are snails. Yep, them weird little slimy things everybody's probably seen once or twice in a garden or somewhere kind of icky and wet and damp. Well, fun fact. Did you know that snails actually have absolutely no sleep pattern? They are actually defined as manic. They can nap up to several hours, but then turn around and stay awake for up to 30 hours or more at a time. Then, on the flip side, to catch up on all of that random sleep depravity, they can go into hibernation for periods of up to 3 years. 3 years! Can you imagine taking a nap for 3 years? Doesn't sound too bad, actually. It's, supposedly this is a survival instinct for when they feel the need to self-preserve. Heck yeah. I could get down with that. Next time I'm feeling low, just be like, hey, I'm going to take a nap and just dip out for 3 years. Alright. So there you go. Snails either don't sleep at all, they nap all the time, or they just go hibernate for 3 years. Here's our first fact. I got 10 of these for you guys today too, by the way. Not always gonna do 10. I don't know how we're gonna run this. I'm just trying something new out here, and hopefully you guys get a kick out of it like I did. Next up on our random animal facts, we have the stonefish. Little picture of this guy up here. These guys, bear with me while I try to correctly form the English. The English, the English language for you guys. The stonefish is actually one of the most poisonous fish in the ocean. It produces an intense vasoconstriction. I told you I was going to struggle. Sure, I nailed it. Vasoconstriction. So basically, if you're stung by one of these things, it can cause shock, paralysis, nausea, vomiting, sweating, delirium, cardiogenic shock, respiratory distress, and even death if not treated within just a few hours. If you do survive, here's the even scarier part. If you do survive, the symptoms can last anywhere from weeks to even months. Full recovery you're looking at months, if not years here. So, if you ever come across a rock in the ocean that slightly resembles a fish, swim away! Swim away! Probably in your best interest. That's a stonefish for you guys. That's number 2 on our random animal facts. Again, these aren't in any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Arrangement here. So they're not categorized by anything. They're just random facts, okay? I just got 10 of them. They're numbered so I can keep track of what's going on. If you have one that you think should be number 1 or has one of the most, random, craziest things you've heard, we can make it into a contest. Out of all of these random facts I'm spewing for you today, which one did you think is the most interesting? Drop it in the comments. And we're going to keep moving along for you. Next one on our list. This one's kind of interesting as well. Some of you may know this, but kangaroos, those cute little Australian rabbit looking oversized rabbits. That's what I'm going to call them. Oversized rabbits. But did you know that kangaroos can actually jump over 25 feet in one jump? They can accomplish this thanks to having those tiny little front legs. Not really tiny, but they're tiny legs, but more so their massive tail. Their massive tail and the size of their legs gives them the balance needed to make those extreme bounds. Also, another extra bonus fact about kangaroos. Did you know that because of that massive tail, they are unable to walk backwards? I did not know that. So, you know how you see the people getting in boxing matches with kangaroos? You ever want to get out of one of those and win? Here's a tip. Back up. Or come toward it because it can't back up and it might confuse it. I don't know. But either way, again, like the stonefish, back away. All right. Next up on our list, we have a tarantula hawk. Now wait. Don't get too confused. I'm going to throw a picture up right here. But don't let the name fool you. It is not a spider or a bird. It's actually a wasp. Picture. So, fun fact about this honestly terrifyingly named creature, if you ask me, tarantula hawk. You say that, I'm already leaving. But anyway, this guy actually has one of the most painful bites in the bug kingdom, I guess we could say. So, according to entomologists, bug scientists, Justin Schmidt, who created the Sting Pain Index, which ranges on a scale of 1 to 4, the tarantula hawk is one of just 2 insects that scores a 4 on that scale. The other being the aptly named bullet ant, which, if you can't tell by the name, the pain is equivalent to being shot by a bullet out of a pew-pew. So, the tarantula hawk and your bonus little fact, the bullet ant, are two of the most painful bug bites you could ever possibly encounter in the world of entomology, which again is bugs. So, two more creatures I would definitely stay away from. This next one is actually, this is one of my favorite cartoon characters, but it is actually a real creature, and Looney Tunes kind of pulled the wool over all of us, I guess you could say, by making the Tasmanian Devil one of, some could say, a lovable cartoon character. But in real life, the Tasmanian Devil is anything but. Really, this animal... Are you ready for this one? I did not know this fact, and I feel like this fact gets thrown around a lot in the animal kingdom, so don't hold me to it, because I'm going to dig deeper into this, because like I said, I feel like this gets thrown around a lot. But for today's show and the information I found, the Tasmanian Devil has the strongest bite on Earth. Yep. So these guys are actually only weigh up to 20 pounds. So not a very big creature. And for only being 20 pounds, kind of small dog, large cat size, okay? For, you know, whatever I'm saying here. You know, that English language I struggle with. But for being kind of a smaller sized animal, they can exert up to 95 pounds of pressure per bite. Damn. So in comparison, that's nearly twice as strong as a hyena, and almost 60 points, if we're rating it on a point system, higher than a lion, you guys. So the Tasmanian Devil, the strongest bite on Earth, at a, as they put it, a bite force quotient of 181. Again, 60 points higher than an African lion. Also, bonus fact, the Tasmanian Devil has been recorded on the endangered species list since 1990. Sad. Because, these things are cool as hell if you ask me. But on the flip side, there is a little bit of hope coming up for these guys in the future if we can do what we can as a human species to let them be. In 2020, 26 Tasmanian devils were reintroduced to mainland Australia in hopes of marking a pretty historic step into reintroducing the species to the wild. So there are less than 2,600 of these that we know about in the wild and in captivity. Less than, and that number is probably smaller. So the Tasmanian Devil, do your part if you can to let these creatures live. If you are in Australia, shout out to you in the reintroduction of these creatures. Let's get them off the endangered species list, and don't get bit by one, because ow. Next up, I know a lot of you guys are going to be familiar with this creature. But here's a fun fact you may not know. Ringtail lemurs. Yep, that fun little guy from I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. Those guys. So, did you know that ringtail lemurs, when they get in fights with each other, they have a very unique way of solving those arguments. The male lemurs, basically when they find another male lemur in their territory or doing something they don't like, they have an argument, a spat, spuffle, whatever. Males specifically have scent glands on their wrists and on their shoulders. The wrist specifically produces a nasty, volatile odor. Short-lived, so thank God for that. But it produces an odor. Same with the one on the shoulder. The one on the shoulder, though, that gland produces a brown toothpaste-like goo, which unfortunately the smell to that lingers a lot longer. So basically, when these male lemurs have an issue with another lemur in the area, they walk around and wave their tails at each other and waft their disgusting smell toward their rival. And basically, they will do this to each other until the smell gets so bad that one of the lemurs will eventually back off, leaving the winner to claim his territory, his girl, whatever the issue might have been. So, cute creatures, absolutely, but side note, they come with a little bit of a rotten smell to them, especially if you piss them off. So, I wouldn't recommend pissing these guys off in the wild. And if you do, bring a mask or something to get rid of that smell. In other words, if you find a ringtail lemur in the wild, you might want to move it, move it. Next up, I can say this word, but again, English language kind of hates me sometimes. I'm going to do my best. I can say it, but I'm going to be honest. 90% of the time it's going to come out wrong. So, bear with me. You'll know what I'm talking about. Adawaxels. Adaxwaxel. God damn it. These things. Water salamanders. Okay? Adawax. I don't know why I can't form that word. For this episode, we're going to call them water salamanders. Anyways, did you know that these guys actually have the ability to regenerate missing limbs? Yep. So, yeah, basically that means if you lose an arm, they can just grow it back. Everything from arms, their tail, even their spinal cords, and part of their brain and heart and lower jaw, among other organisms, can be regenerated among these creatures. Pretty friggin' incredible, right? And because of this amazing ability, our researchers are looking into this and hoping to use whatever it is ability that these creatures have and hopefully turn that into something that we in humans can possibly use in the future. Can you imagine losing a finger and just growing it back? Like, that'd be kind of cool. That's crazy to think about, but that would be pretty freaking cool. Extra fun fact about these guys. I don't know if it's a reason they adapted this ability, but it comes in pretty handy because it just so happens that Adawaxals, salamanders, when they are young, a lot of the first few weeks of their life, and even sometimes immediately after birth, the siblings are known to nibble or kind of eat each other's limbs. So kind of a good thing to have when you're born and the next thing you know, your brother is eating your arm off. Luckily, you can regrow it. So, again, totally weird, but not always just nature. This is a kind of a rare thing where they're only going to do this if they are feeling extreme, what am I saying? So yeah, these guys are going to only act like this if they're experiencing extreme situations like lack of food or something along those lines. They are not necessarily known to just want to eat each other. I love these creatures though. Totally cute. I would have one of these. Also, a good little fact, if you are someone who does or is looking into getting one of these as a pet, due to the fact that I just shared with you, they are recommended to be single tank fish only. What am I saying? Don't put them with other fish because they'll eat them. Yep. Very top of the food chain type fish there. So keep your salamanders separated. Next up, the name of this one is fun. And honestly, this guy is pretty freaking gorgeous for a shrimp. The peacock mantis shrimp. Yep. Peacock mantis shrimp. Isn't he pretty? Look at all them colors. So this guy is a relative of crabs and lobsters. But the fun fact being, are you ready for this one? The peacock mantis shrimp can throw a punch at 50 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour, which is faster than a .22 caliber bullet. Say what? Yeah. Pretty crazy. And luckily, they're pretty little guys, because if you were to encounter one of these guys and it wants to punch you, that's like taking a .22 caliber punch to the face. No thank you. Basically, this little guy uses this punch to this is the next part, impale soft-bodied prey like fish. So it's gonna punch you in the face, and when it does it, it's gonna stick this cool little freaking thing right and just it's gonna get you, it's gonna impale you, and then so if you were a fish in the ocean, I would stay away from the shrimp, dude. Like, no. He's gonna punch you. This is like Mike Tyson of the sea, okay? Crazy. So, another cool little thing about this guy, it is known to have adapted this because of it lives among its cohabitants, and it's very overcrowded, and very competitive down there among these little mantis shrimp. So one of the reasons they developed this is to basically kind of outmaneuver other hunters, whether it be their fellow shrimp or other creatures fighting for the same food source out there in the ocean. I think that is fascinating. One reason being, have you ever tried to throw a punch underwater? It's kind of hard to do, right? Kind of really hard to do. So imagine doing that at 50 miles an hour. I don't know. That's cool. Something, God, probably smaller than this can punch you with the force of a .22 caliber bullet. That's fascinating. This one. Some of you guys probably may have heard of this one. This guy is called an assassin bug. And by the name alone, it's, pretty dangerous. It's an assassin. But these guys are found in Malaysia, and they are known to hunt ants. But the crazy part is after they hunt these ants, they then turn the bodies of their victims into like a fancy coat. They turn it into clothes. So they hunt these ants, they suck the juices out of them, basically, from what I can explain, and then take the exoskeleton or shell, if you will, and again, this picture here, they take the bodies of said victims and then wear them as clothes. And literally, the description I read said that they do this after liquefying and consuming the inside of the ants. Liquefying. One reason that they do this is basically to confuse their predators. So they eat their dinner, suck their blood, put on some fancy after dinner wear, and anyone that comes across them is going to see basically a pile of dead ants and be extremely confused and probably not want to mess with it. So, kind of a good tactic, if you ask me. Not too bad. Not too bad. Either way, anything named an assassin, I'm doing my best to not come in contact with. So, no thanks. Next up on our list, and our last one for today, on our 10 hopefully interesting, but 10 random animal facts. Frogs. Did you know that frogs sleep with their eyes open? And they not just sleep, but full on hibernate. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, whatever, okay. I've seen frogs blink. Yes. They do have eyelids. Yep, they have them. But they also have it's called a nicetating membrane, which is kind of like a double eyelid that basically it's like a clear sheath that keeps the debris and things from irritating their eyes. It is not the same as a regular eyelid, but yeah. So basically they have eyelids, not even sure why, because they don't need them, just to blink, I guess, randomly blink, but they sleep with their eyes open. They also using the sheath, okay? So their eyes are open, but they have that extra little cover on. They also, while they are sleeping, can still move their eyes 360 degrees, keeping them safe from predatory attacks while they're trying to catch a snooze. Who knew? So, in other words, there's no way you're sneaking up on a frog, whether it's asleep or not. And if it's asleep, I don't know how you're going to know, because it's going to look like it's awake anyway. But I thought that was pretty fascinating. Also, if you caught an episode of Hype AF, you know that there are tons of species of amphibians and frogs out there, but there is also a significant amount of those who are making it onto the endangered species list as well. And if we continue to lose our species, no matter what they are, whether it be Tasmanian devils, whether it be frogs, whether it be bumblebees, any more loss of these species is going to just continue to bring the quality of life on Earth down, because we are all one big, gigantic, connected ecosystem. We need the bees to make the flowers. We need the flowers to make the honey. We need the frogs to eat the bees. We need the Tasmanian devils to eat all of that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. You've watched Lion King. The circle of life. So what I'm getting at is, do your part to keep our Earth clean. Pick up your trash. Keep our forests, trees in the ground. Like, anything you can do. There's a million ways, and I know it seems so hard to do alone, but there are a million ways that you can get out there and try to just do anything to prevent further deforestation, further loss of animal life. And the biggest one for me, you guys, littlest thing you can do is pick up your trash. It seems so small and irrelevant, but if we all just put our trash in the trash and picked up one piece of garbage, no matter where you are today, and just picked it up and put it away, it would make a massive difference in how our world looks. And it may not seem like a big deal, but I guarantee you, if you walk outside and you are not surrounded by garbage and everything looks green and pretty and beautiful, you're gonna feel better. We're all going to feel better. We're all going to be a little happier. So take care of this Earth. We only have one. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of random fact episode. Yes, it is going to be consumed in my Chill Chats episodes, but that's okay, because if you pay attention, from day one, Chill Chats was going to be an every other Friday event anyway, so that means you're going to get this video. But next week, Wifey and I will be right back here on the live, bringing you on the show to do what? Chill and chat with us live. So gather your topics, something to talk about, and come join us every single Friday. 4:20 Mountain Standard Time. We are going to chill and chat. I hope you guys enjoyed this random animal fact episode. And again, if you liked today's show, please subscribe and do me a favor, and don't forget to drop a comment and tell me what your favorite or most interesting fact that you learned today was. Much love, and until next time, guys, Madwack out.